nearly 90 million people around the world are in need of humanitarian aid. That's a lot of people to help. Luckily, there are now more ways than ever to provide humanitarian aid. One great way? We can just give people cash instead of goods like food and clothes. It's simple and helps more people more effectively. Interested? Well, here are 10 things you should know about cash transfers. 1. Cash transfers means giving people money to buy what they need most. Cash transfers work equally well for different people with different needs. One family might buy medicine for a sick child, another extra blankets for grandma. People are better than aid agencies at making these choices for themselves, and cash empowers them to do so in a way that's more dignified than queuing for goods. 2. It doesn't make sense for aid organizations to give people goods if they can get them from local markets, supporting local economies in the process. Money goes to local traders, who then spend their increased profits on goods, services, and their businesses. Giving out goods can actually harm traders by reducing demand for what they're selling. 3. People often sell what they receive but don't need from aid organizations, so they can purchase what they do need. Up to 70% of Syrian refugees in Iraq have done just that. The difference between the price these goods sell for and what it costs to provide them in the first place is a waste of limited resources. 4. Giving people cash is usually much cheaper than giving people things. Providing food and other goods requires warehouses and trucks, which in turn require maintenance, drivers, and fuel. Cash cuts out most of these costs. 5. Some worry that people will waste the money on cigarettes and alcohol instead of feeding their kids or investing in their businesses. But studies show the vast majority of people buy what they and their families need most. 6. Cash isn't appropriate for every setting, and certainly not for everything people need. It can't immunize children, clear minds, or protect civilians caught up in conflict. Cash can be eaten when there is no food to buy, yet markets almost always meet demand, except on rare, typically short-lived occasions. 7. Aid agencies usually provide cash for specific purposes, forgetting that money can be spent on anything. For example, in Lebanon in 2014, 30 aid agencies provided cash transfers and vouchers for 14 different aims, including legal assistance and food. But people don't categorize their needs into sectors and clusters like the aid sector does. So why not pool resources to give more cash, which people can then use to meet all their basic needs? 8. Aid agencies can use many methods, debit cards, mobile phones, and even existing social welfare programs, to give people cash. By working with the private sector and payments industry, aid agencies can benefit from their knowledge of how to get money to people securely. 9. The cost and time savings from cash would free up aid workers to focus on difficult but crucial aims, such as targeting, protection, and ensuring they're accountable to affected populations. 10. Extensive research proves that cash is often more efficient, effective, and better for people than in-kind aid at meeting basic needs. But despite all the evidence, less than 6% of humanitarian assistance is given as cash. Cash gives people dignity and choice, even in the most difficult circumstances. Put yourself in their shoes. What kind of help would you want? Visit www.odi.org/cash for more on the case for cash.